minute or two, this installation will be done, Hari. Okay.
Okay, sir. Yeah. Okay, sir. After class, I will connect with you, sir.
No problem. We can check
No.
it out. We can check now itself. No problem.
Okay, sir.
So we have time. Still, our friends has to join.
Yeah. Sure, sir.
Yeah, are you okay with that?
Yes, sir.
Let's just hit install. Now open command prompt. It's done actually. Close it. Open command prompt. Just type CMD or something and then. Now just type there Python. Enter. Yeah, you can see there that is installed, right?
Yes, sir.
Maybe if you want to test, say some a equal to 10. And then print a. Okay, not that print. This is the latest version, right? Put brackets or just print direct a because this is a
Yes, sir.
Python prompt. You don't need any print statements needed here. Now you can see
Okay.
the output there. If you
Yes.
want to print, use print. Put that variable in brackets. Print bracket open and pass that a bracket open. Open a bracket after print and then a and close bracket. And you don't need space after print there between bracket and print. No space
Okay.
is not needed.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Even if you have that, no problem. Just saying it.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
So now you are good, right? This is
Yes,
just a
sir. Good,
matter
sir.
of 1 or 2 minutes. So there are many things we need to install one by one. But for now,
Okay.
this is enough. Maybe by the time, maybe by today, tomorrow, we'll see if we can install PyCharm and start working.
Okay, sir. Yeah.
Got it
Thank you,
right?
sir. Got it, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Okay, Hari, let's start. Okay, continue. The others might join meanwhile. Uh, I think Krishna will be on and off because he has uh, his kid to take care. So he told me. So whenever he is available, he will join. Else he will go through our recordings. Okay. So let's start doing this. So now we just had a quick discussion about how to install this Python software, the basic Python software or core Python software. Okay, today what we do is we'll continue with yesterday's discussion topics or whatever it is. right? So yesterday we are talking about most of this stuff like in string thing. Let me quickly recap. Maybe in the last few minutes we have little network issue. So I'll just quickly recap what we had discussed yesterday. Okay. First thing is we spoke about strings in yesterday's session. We are talking about constants. Generally in Python we have four types of constants. What is that? Character constants, numeric constants, complex constants, and Boolean. You just don't try to understand anything because I'll make sure that everything is very clear for you. Okay. Now we started discussing character constants yesterday, and then we understood character constants are nothing but alphabets, anything, small a to z or capital A to z. Okay. And then digits 0 to 9, 0 to 9, and special symbols, words, all this comes under character data, and we had discussed that yesterday. And also very another important thing is we had discussed yesterday, we declare. So am I not sharing my screen? Sorry,
Yes,
sorry.
sir.
Maybe Harry was sharing. I forgot that. Thanks for informing me, Suresh. Right, let's continue now. So these are all different character constants. Anyhow, this is a quick recap, right? So whatever we have discussed will be fine to give you a quick idea, even without screen sharing. But anyhow, let's start from this. We start with what is character constants? Let me give you a quick recap, and then we'll jump to our regular discussion. All these are character type of data. Alphabets are digits, are special symbols, are words. All these are character type of data. Generally, we declare character data in Python either in single quote, double quote, or triple quote. You know, single quote and double quote is used to declare single line statements, and we have observed these things with examples very clearly in yesterday's session. And still, if you have questions or doubts, you can go through our videos, definitely that give you a clear picture. And still, if you have doubts, you can ask me so that we can discuss. Right, that is the quick idea about Python, single quotes and double quotes. And if you want to create multi-line statements, then we use this. What is this? This one. We want to create multi-line statements. We use triple quotes. And we have tested this yesterday and how we can use triple quotes to create multi-line statements that we have clearly discussed in yesterday's session. Okay. So that is about that. Next one, after that, yesterday we had discussed if you declare a string, how to verify, how to test, or how to know the data type of that variable. So simple, use type function and pass that any variable to that type function. Then automatically we know the data type of that variable. Well, let it be string or let it be integer or let it be float, whatever it is. Whatever it is. Okay. So just what you have to do is declare the string and initialize some value and pass that value to that type function. Sorry, to that pass that variable to that type function. Automatically it will display the data type here. That's all, friends. Next, if you want to know the ID of any variable, just use the ID function and just pass that variable to that ID. Then you can see the address. Okay, this is already discussed a number of times so far. So you might be clear ID. You might be clear with all this, friends. Okay, this is the simple quick discussion we had in the whole yesterday's session. Okay. So what we do right now, this is about character type of data at high level or about strings at high level. But going forward, there is a lot of discussion about strings that we do. At least some 2 sessions we have to completely dedicate on strings itself because it is the very important and core topic in Python. So we'll discuss that little later. But for now, to start with your programming, this high level understanding is enough for us, friends. I hope you are clear with this, right? So you know how to declare string right now, and how to test the data type of string, or how to know the data type of string. And ID generally we don't use much, friends, but still just discussing, because if you just know that how to know the address of some variable, it would be good for you. That's all. This is the simple idea. So we are done with character constants. Now, next one is what? You know, right? Python implicitly uses data types. This we are very clear by now. Just a minute, friends. Sorry, friends, there was a slide break. 1 minute. Yeah, sorry, friends, there was a slight noise behind. Now you are fine, right? Am I clear and audible to all of you?
Yes, sir. Good, sir. Now.
Fine. Okay, now let's do one thing. So Python implicitly uses data types, right? So what is that? For string, what is the data type Python uses? Already we had discussed clearly. If you want, you can quickly test it back. You can see here, right? Yesterday we tried it. Maybe if you wish to, you can also try it today also. And try to work with me parallelly. Where's this? CLS. If you want to clear screen, you cannot directly clear screen. So what you should do, you should apply this CLS command by using this assist method. OS dot sys it should work right. It will. Okay. Let us do one thing then. This is also important. If you want to clear Python prompt, how to clear it? Okay. Just you can open this one. Yeah, os.system. I just put sys. What is that I should do? Os.system of. Simply, if you want to clear this Python prompt, like CLS in Windows command, and now you can just simply pass CLS in single quotes or double quotes. Now this will work. You can see here. This is how we can clear a Python prompt here. Now just declare a string variable, some s1 equal to some Python. Okay. And then print. And now I want to know the data type. What is that I should do? Type of S1. You can see here. So this is the data type of implicit data type of any string variable in Python. So str. Okay, that is what we have declared here. What is that? You take anything. So that string you declare. And what is the implicit data type? str. Remember this. We just check on each and every constant like this, and we try to understand the data type of every variable. And finally, we'll conclude what is data and which data type is used to declare that data implicitly. We try to understand both clearly. Okay. I hope you are clear with this, friends. Okay, next one. This is all fine. These are all quick questions. Okay, maybe we had already discussed. Do you want to answer these quick questions? Just it will take a minute or half minute. That's all. Is Python is compiled or interpreted language? Do you want to answer this? Definitely, Python is interpreted language, but internally it is both. It is both interpreted as well as compiled. I'll talk on this. It needs at least some 15 to 20 minutes. I'll give you a very detailed discussion on that, how it is both. This is something really useful, interesting concept. We'll discuss that. But as per this thing, documentation, the Python is interpreted language. Okay. And second thing, interpreter executes whole program at a time. True or false? No, it's false, right? Because it executes line by line. Interactive mode is used in development. False again. Why? Because in development we prefer batch mode. Okay. Batch mode is best in development. True. Okay. Batch mode is best in development. That is true. Because people always prefer batch mode in development. Okay. These are quick questions. So that's all. You can just have a this thing on this. Okay. So now we have already discussed about character constants, and this is done now. What we do is we'll go to the next topic, numeric constants. But before that, all of you are clear with character constants now? Can you quickly answer me in the chat box? What is the data type used to declare character constants in Python? Can you, what is the character constants data type used to declare character constants in Python? So what is that? The question is, what is the implicit data type? Just now I have discussed. Did you test that? I have asked you to test your code as well. Are you testing this code? So what you have to do is declare a string like this, use this type function and test that variable, and you will know the data type of that variable. Okay. Right. Did you do that? What I want is I request you to test your code along with me. What is the implicit data type used to declare? For a string. So what is your answer? Please, can you please answer this? Answer is simple. If it is string data, suppose I'm just taking in a small quick example, suppose ABC. By the time we finish, you should have everything in your mind. That is my goal. So data type is this. Any string data, right? If this is data, then the implicit data type is this. Okay. So that is the quick idea. I hope you have answered this, right? What is the implicit data type? str. Next one, numeric constants. What is numeric constants? All numbers are numeric constants. This is a very simple thing, friends. And we have two types of numeric constants, integers and decimals. Not only in Python, in any programming language, we have two types of numeric constants. Integer means numbers without fraction, just the whole numbers. And we call them as integers, something like 10, 26 or something like this. And these are called integers. Okay. And Python uses, and for to declare this integer, what is the implicit data type Python uses? Internally, Python uses data type called int here that will test it. Now again, you go to Python prompt. What I request is, if all of you are, have opened your command prompt, or if you didn't open command prompt, and if Python is installed in your machine, and try to get into Python prompt, open your Python prompt, come here, just declare an integer. Now I want to know what is you can print the value if you want first. Print the value first. Now I want to know the data type of this. What is that I should do? Pass declare type function and pass that variable to type function. Now you can see this is the data type of that variable, integer variable. What is the data type? Int, which is a class. You got it right? So finally, what is the conclusion now? To declare any integer variable, Python implicitly uses a data type called as int here. Okay, because we don't directly use data types in Python, but it is very important to know the what data types Python internally uses. That is important because when you are working in programming at some level in development, we need to do certain conversions, right? We need to do certain data conversions. In such cases, having a clear idea about all these implicit data types is very useful to you, friends. Is that clear? Now, this is the example here. Already we have this example you can see here. So we declare a variable and we just check it with type function, that is the int. Finally, for any integer value, so if the data is integer, so what is the implicit data type Python uses to declare integer? Int. Just remember this, friends. So next one after this. What is the next one? This is idea about this numeric constant, that too about integer. I hope this is clear for all of you, right? So now next one, switching to the next type of constant, which is decimal or floating point. What is decimal? A number with fraction. We know all this. This decimals 10.5, 8.6, all these are decimals. Okay. And then, so again, how do you test this? Simple, friends. If you want to check about decimal, simply come to the command again. Your Python prompt, just take a variable. If you want, you can choose any variable, something like x equal to some 10.5. And by default, we don't declare any data type here. And if you want to know the implicit data type, again, use type of x and then print it. Now, this is how you can quickly identify data types in Python. So you don't need to take much this thing, right? You don't need to put much efforts here. You can simply get the data, understand or find out data types just by using type function. Now you know this is the float data and I try to pass it to type function. The data type of any float data is float here. So again, a quick summary here is you can see here. Now, if it is float, for any decimal, what is the data type Python implicitly uses? It uses something called float here, friends. Okay, so this is a quick idea about numeric constants. So what are numeric constants? This integer and decimal. Integers are without fraction. And what is the data type internally Python uses? It. And another numeric constant is decimal and something like they use fractions. And we have seen a quick example here. And the implicit data type used to declare this decimal data type here is a float here. I hope this is clear. Understood, friends? Right. Next one, another one. This anyhow we had discussed. We don't need to discuss this again, but I'll bring back this topic again. Okay. We have completed numeric constants. Next, another important topic is float complex constants. Again, same process you have to follow, friends. By now you should have understood how to declare that data and how to find that data type. Right? So next one, complex numbers are of the form here. Complex numbers means what we have used this many times in our school days. Generally, complex numbers will be in the form of a plus ib or x plus iy, something like that. But in Python, these complex numbers have a fixed form. I mean, this ab can change, but it has to be like this: a plus bj, and this j is a suffix which is fixed suffix. This won't change, friends. This won't change. This J won't change, but A and B can change. Got it right? This is a complex number. Okay. And you see here, use J as a suffix. That is very important, friends. For example, let us open Python prompt, take a complex number, some A equal to or some C1 equal to 10 plus 20. You should suffix J. Okay. Don't use anything else like I or X or Z or something. Just you have to suffix with J. That is fixed format in Python. Okay. This is a complex number. And now if you want to find or test the data type, what is that you should do? Use the type function, type of that C1 and then pass it. Now you can see there, we are able to understand that the data type of this complex number is complex itself. So again, anyhow, these are all already added to this notes. Okay. So now what is the data type of a complex data? Simply speaking, if the data is complex, the implicit data type is also complex. So you can see here, and it is a class, of course, but for now you can just add like this for our understanding. Is this clear for all of you, friends? Are you following? Can I get an S from all of you? Are you following, friends? Can I get an S? Okay, how about others? Others are able to follow? What is difference between interpreted and interactive modes? Both are totally a different scenario, Suresh. That I'll come back anyhow. There is a detailed discussion on that. We'll discuss that. Let me finish all this, then we'll go there. Yes, yes. Complex is a fixed format. Okay. Now next one. This is the quick idea about complex, right? And then finally we got a clear idea, right? How to declare complex and how to find that data type or test the data type for complex. Now switching to the Boolean. So what is Boolean here? Boolean is used to represent true or false. So this is there in almost all programming languages. And it has two built-in constants. Boolean has two built-in constants, either true or false. And here, Python implicit uses a data type called bool to declare this Boolean data. So let us test it. Now let's go to the Python prompt. Take an example, some b1 equal to some true. So we are creating a Boolean value here, Boolean variable, and assigning a Boolean value and enter and print that. So now you can see that we are able to declare a Boolean. So Boolean means generally we have these two values, always either true or false, and starting letter of these two, this Boolean values, either true or false, always should be capital, starting letters only for these two and none, another literal is. So for these three literals, always the starting letter should be true. Sorry, it should be for, uppercase. So what is that it should be? It should be uppercase, friends. So this is the quick idea. And then if you see here, so we have declared a Boolean variable and assign value. Now I want to find the data type of this B1, implicit data type of this Boolean. What is that I should do? Simply use type function and then just pass type of B1 here. And then you can see here, what is this here? We have bool here. What is that? The implicit data type of any Boolean value or variable is bool. Even if you pass a constant directly, the implicit data type of that, even if will be bool only. If you want, you can pass a constant and also you can test it. And the data type always would be Boolean here. Okay. So that bool thing. So that's it, friends. This is the quick idea how to declare some value or some data and how to test that data type of that data. So this is the quick idea. Now go back. Now just you can add that. What is the data type, implicit data type of any Boolean variable or Boolean data, it would be bool here. So this is the information. What is it? For any Boolean, sorry, for any Boolean, the implicit data type used by Python is a bool here. Is that clear for all of you? So these are all different types of constants what we have in Python. So what is that? These are all different types of constants. What is that? So one is character constants. We had already discussed. Okay. Second one. So what is the next one? Second one is numeric constants. Third one. What is the third thing? Third one is complex constants, right? And fourth one is Boolean constants. That's our friends. Okay. We have numeric. We had discussed, and we have the other one is what? Complex constants we had discussed. And finally, what is the last one? Boolean constants we had discussed. Now, finally, summarizing constants. These are all constants at the left side, and these are all the data types at the right side. By looking at this, you can easily understand what is for any character type of data, what would be the implicit data type? str. For any integer type of data, the implicit data type is int. For any decimal type of data, the implicit data is a float. For any complex type of data, the implicit data type is complex. For any Boolean type of data, the implicit data is a bool. Data type is bool. Okay, and we also have clearly discussed how to check data type of any variable once you declare in your program or Python prompt. To get data type, we can use which function? The type function, whatever we have there in Python. That type always, that is a very useful function, remember, because some in future, when you are doing some kind of validations, type is very much necessary to do the comparisons of your data, to do validation of your data. But are you okay with till this? Are you clear on all this stuff, friends? Can I get an S from all of you? Can I
Sir,
get an S?
for
I'm
Boolean data,
seeing.
we use yes or no also, sir, or only true or
No,
false?
no, no. Only true or false, Hari.
Okay.
Just true or false. Because yes or no doesn't work in any language, not only in Python. If we don't have yes or no, as per my knowledge, we don't use it. So we use what? Either
True.
true or either false. But there will be slight change in some other languages like Java and then like C sharp. They directly use lowercase true or false. And in C language, instead of true false, they use 1 or 0. You got it right?
Yes, sir.
C language don't have built-in Boolean values like what we have in Python or Java. You got it right? So what C language has? C language has just what it has 1 or 0 instead of true or false. Okay,
Okay.
1 means true, 0 means false. Got it, Hari?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's all. And that's the idea. But in Python, there is a slight, again, small differences. Your Boolean should be like either it might be true or false, but both of these Boolean values should have starting letter should be uppercase. Is that clear, Hari?
Yes, sir.
So finally, all of you are clear. I don't see any, I'm not seeing little response from you. I don't know if you are in office or if you are already in some work. So that should be fine. But maybe uh, just please keep answering me back. Are you okay with all this, friends? With all these constants? A quick check for all of us. So maybe what is that implicit data type we use for string here? String we use str. Can you keep answering these quick questions? Implicit data type for character. What is the implicit data type for character? String, integer, int, decimal, float, complex, Boolean. Okay. Just remember, we'll come back to this discussions again. This is the quick idea about constants and the implicit data types associated with each constant. Now, somebody asked me yesterday, do you have data types in Python? Now, probably you should know. Now you have the answer, friends. So what is that? Do we have data types in Python or not? Can you please answer in the chat box? Do we have data types in Python or not? I think please try to answer. Everyone try to answer because it makes us interactive. Okay, yeah, that should be yes. We have data types, right? Yeah, but that is they are implicit. You don't need to declare them. They are automatically defined by who? Who will define your data types in Python? Answer, please. Can you please answer in the chat box? Who will define your data types by default in Python? Answer, please. So implicit is fine. Implicitly, data types are implicitly declared by whom? By whom? Okay, Python. Okay, by in Python, who will do that? Because that now I understand how much you understood our discussion. See, all these implicit data types are declared by not variable, declared by interpreter. Who will do that? Who will execute your Python program? Python programs are executed by anything in Python is executed by, well, who will execute your Python programs is executed by interpreter, and your interpreter takes care of implicitly declaring data types of each data. So important points to remember. So now I see based on the answer, you should get this point, friends. What is that? Interpreter who defines these data types in Python implicitly. Interpreter takes care of what? It will takes care of take care of declaring data types. Declaring data types. What is that, friends? Data types implicitly. How? Implicitly. At least now you should be fine, right? Are you okay with this, friends? Who takes care of declaring data types? Interpreter. Anyhow, based on your answers, I feel like I need to little uh, press you now. I need to make you want you to make sure that about all this. How about implicit data types? I'll just quickly type data. You answer about data types in the chat box. Okay. Suppose if it is a character. Now please answer in the chat box. What is the implicit data type Python uses for character? Please answer in the chat box. Everyone, please try to answer in the chat box, please. See, it is for your benefit only. Don't take me wrong, okay? What is this is character. For character data, what is the implicit data type Python uses? I also get an idea, the understanding, how much understanding you have on this topic, okay? Next one. So str, I see some of you answered good. Next one, for integer. What is the implicit data type used by Python to declare integer? Please answer in the chat box. See, if I just keep on teaching something and keep on going, it is not going to help us. I should also make sure all of you are very clear and all of you are able to get what I am trying to tell. Thank you so much. Int. Next one, decimal. What is the implicit data type used for declaring decimal in Python? Okay, float. Next one, complex. What is the implicit data type for complex, friends? Come on, friends. Please answer in the chat box. And last one is what is the last one? Boolean. What is the implicit data type used to declare Boolean in Python? For complex, it is complex only. For Boolean, it is what, friends? For Boolean is what? Bool. Okay. Now, shall I ask one quick question? Suppose A equal to 10. Okay. You have a question now. So what? How does interpreter decides to declare this as an integer How does it assign integer data type to this variable? This is a quick question. I'll write here so that you can read and answer this. So try to answer this question. These are all, you need to understand all this so that these foundation helps you to implement programs at a bigger level. Okay. How does interpreter know that which data type it should declare? Which data type it should declare? Answer. Can you answer this if possible? I'll give the solution. I'll just answer it anyhow. But I'm asking you, friends. How does interpreter know which data type it should assign to some variable? It should assign. It should declare or assign whatever it. Can you please answer in the chat box, friends? No. Please. How does your interpreter know? So we know that by now looking at data. How do you, at least can you tell me what is the data type of this variable? What is the data type? Just come keep answering with my questions. Just follow with the flow, friends. So at least you can understand. You know this, right? When I say a equal to 10, by looking at this data, you can easily understand this is a integer variable value. So definitely this variable is a int type of variable, right? So how does interpreter decides what is the data type of this variable? Right? How it decides? Simple answer is very simple. By looking at the data, by verifying data, by interpreter decides the data type of that variable. Based on data you assign to that variable, interpreter decides the data type of that variable. Do you get my point? What is that? Based on data. Here you assign 10 here, it is an integer. So interpreter internally assigns integer data type to this variable. Suppose you say x equal to 10.5. What is this data, friends? What is this data? Please answer in the chat box. Then what data type your interpreter assigns? What data type your interpreter implicitly assigns to this variable? Float only, right? So finally the answer is, how does your interpreter know which data type it should assign? It decides based on what, friends? Data. By looking at the data, it decides. Suppose it locates a number without any decimals, then it come to a conclusion. Yes, this is integer data. Let me assign into this variable. Suppose it is seeing some decimal. Okay, this is a decimal data. Let me assign some decimal to this. It's like going to a hotel and server comes and asks you, and you whether you are a veg and non-veg. Based on your priority, it decides which menu should be offered to you, right? Same thing here. Based on data, your interpreter decides which data type should be assigned. Finally, the answer is so this simple answer is here. How interpreter knows or how it decides which data type should be assigned to a variable. For all this based on the data. The simple answer is based on data. So by looking at the data, it decides what data type should be assigned to that variable. Is that clear, friends? So this is the simple idea about all your constants and the associated data types. Okay, anyhow, we are done with constants topic. Along with constants, we have many subtopics and we try to cover all those subtopics as well in detail. By now, at least I see initially there is a little confusion with you. I mean, in you, not with you, in you. But now I see that confusion is eliminated because when I ask few questions based on answers, I understood that. Are you good now? Because when you interact, then only I know, friends. Then I can make changes to make sure that you are reaching the proper content. Okay. Finally, shall we jump to the next topic? Data types in Python. So we are going to discuss another topic, data types. Already this is almost covered. Let us just see what else is there. Okay. Data type means, right? What is data type? It is simple. It is a keyword or a class used to specify a data in program. We already know what is data type now. Data type is a built-in keyword. All these are built-in keywords, are classes. All these are classes. So why we use these keywords or these classes? To declare some data. Data type is nothing but it is a class which is used to declare some data, right? Next one. Python automatically declare a data type based on data. You can see here. This point is clearly mentioned here. Some data in sense, now my point is again, it might be, mislead my statement. So what I mean here is that whatever the data type we mentioned here or class we mentioned here, it is intended to declare that specific type of data. Okay, so that is what I mean here. I hope you are clear. Next one. Python automatically declare a data type based on data. By now, you have very clear understanding of this point. And what is the data type or keyword Python uses? That also you are very clear. Next one. And this is very clear for you. Python is dynamically typed. We don't need to declare any data type in Python. This is very clear for all of you, right? So we need to declare the data types in Python, not needed, but they are implicitly assigned by your interpreter. All these things were very clear by now. Okay. And now already we had discussed. I think we can quickly jump on to the next topic. These are all clear for you. What is string, what is int, what is float, what is complex, what is bool, all these are clear. Okay. And another important, these are all very useful quick checks. Okay. Very important points to remember. Whenever we declare a variable in Python, it is provided with what, friends? Address and type. Will you agree? Yes or no, friends? Will you agree with this? You can just answer in the chat box. So when we declare a variable in Python, along with that variable, it comes with two things. What are those two things? One is the data type, the second one is the address. Do you agree or not? Can you please answer in the chat box? Okay. Next, and how to check that data type and how to check that address, all that is discussed. So we can just keep it for now. Okay. Now we are done with all this. Which one? All these constants, all these data types topics. So we are almost clear with most of these things. So we are done with variables, constants, data types, keywords, and there is one more topic we need to discuss. What is that? So that is nothing but operators. So we should discuss another topic here is after data types, we have to jump to a topic called operators. We'll go to this now. But before that, my quick question is, are you good till this? All of you are good till this? So I'll just introduce to operators today. Excuse me, friends. Or I'll try to complete arithmetic operators. From tomorrow, we'll cover remaining. And then we'll jump to the programming. And once we start programming, you have so much to do. So what I request is keep doing along with. I'll give time with for you also because the sessions are intended to make sure you become hands-on. Okay. So next topic we have to use here is operators. Let me just see. We have document here for operator. Yeah, you can see here, friends. Execution modes you are already familiar, right? Interactive and batch mode. Interactive means just running your program in this Python prompt just for quick testing. This is called interactive mode. Somebody asked me, I'll answer that, Suri. You asked interactive difference between interpreted and interactive. I remember that. We'll discuss. We'll dedicate it for one session on that. Okay. Not one section, just 10 to 15 minutes about that. Okay. So now, so this is jumping to the operators now. Operator means these are symbols which we use in program. Okay. They are called as operators. And these are all operators in Python. Like in Java, C++, C, we don't have everything here. Few are not supported in Python. Okay. So now, what operators do we have in Python? Arithmetic, relational, logical, assignment, bitwise. Bitwise you can ignore for now. Why? We don't use much of bitwise in programming. I never used bitwise in my automations. You got my point? So while doing automations or people beside me in Python teams, they don't, I don't see them using bitwise operators. So if you want, we'll discuss or we can ignore it, no problem. Okay, for now, let us focus on what is very important for us. One is arithmetic. So arithmetic operators, you got it right. These are all different types of operators what we have. And there is one more called ternary operators. What is that? Ternary. So somewhere you should have heard about this in your school days, in your college days. When you're studying BTech, somewhere in C or C++, you might heard. We have this as well. Let us see how this is in Python. So these are all different operators now. Let's jump to the arithmetic. Arithmetic operators are simple. And one thing, friends, in Python, everything seems to be simple. Except that logic, you have to think yourself. Other than that, the syntax and everything will be very interesting, very easy. So if you look at these operators, these are all arithmetic operators. You have addition, you have subtraction, the plus, minus, into, slash, percentile, double slash, and then asterisk, asterisk. I think there is a new operator also introduced. I'll just try to inform you tomorrow. Okay, I just came through one more operator recently. I'll just add that to this list as well. Okay, so now these are all different types of operators in Python, arithmetic operators. Plus, I don't need to tell you why we use plus, minus for subtraction, asterisk for into multiplication, slash, it is for division, and this gives quotient. But this quotient is what? This is actually, you can see here, it performs floating point division. What it performs? Remember friends, I'll give a clear difference between the single slash and double slash in Python. Okay, usually if it is C++, Java, we have only one slash. But in Python, we have two slashes. Both does, all these three performs division only. First, let us just filter out simple things first. So here percentile, just when you apply percentile, it gives remainder. We'll test all this with examples. Okay, it's not like you don't need to get confused anywhere. But remember, first understand percentile gives remainder when it performs division and returns remainder, and slash and double slash, they performs division and returns quotient. Both will return quotient. The difference is single slash gives us a floating point quotient. Double slash returns integer quotient. Now, again, when I explain all this, then there might be a confusion to you. From right, definitely you might be confused. What is this integer quotient? What is this float quotient? I didn't get this. There might be a little confusion among you. So what we do here is let us try to understand these things with some problems, like with a few examples. Let us try to understand this, okay? So that it will give a clear picture. What do we do right now? Come here. So here, suppose you take two numbers. So shall I directly use constants or variables? So you can see here. Suppose you say a equal to 10. Anything you can take any variable. Okay, b equal to some 5. Now a percentile b. This gives reminder. So when you divide 10 with 5, will it completely get divisible? Yes, definitely, right? Then what would be the output here? It would be 0 here. You can see here. You get output as 0 here. Can you see this? So this when you apply percentile on two variables, you get what? When it returns 0, that is reminder. Okay, this is fine now. Next one. Suppose you do one thing, a slash b. What is this? We are doing division and we are trying to get quotient. So when you divide 10 with 5, what would be the quotient? 5 to 10, right? So here it should be, what should be it? It should be 2. Now you got 2.4, that is fine. Suppose A double slash B, if you apply double slash and enter. Now what you got here? 2. Now if you see, all these three are doing division, but the difference is when you apply percentile, it is returning remainder here. When you apply single slash, it is performing division and it returns quotient. The single slash, double slash both returns quotients. But the difference is what? The first one gives decimal quotient, second one gives integer quotient. But you don't see difference, big difference here when you are doing a proper division. Suppose you just make a small change. You say A equal to 5. Your numerator is a small number. Denominator is a big number. You just uh, flip your values. No, it's not like you should take only these values. Excuse me, friends. You can choose any values of your choice for testing. But for now you can see now you understand the exact difference between single slash and double slash. Suppose you say A slash B, enter. You got 0.5. This is absolute, this is exact division. So proper division is happening and you are getting a proper output in terms of decimal division. Usually, right, this is floating point division. We got 0.5, right? Why? When you divide 5 with 10, this is what we get, right? So that we know. Suppose now you see A double slash B. Now you try to divide A with B by doing integer division here. What would be quotient now? Enter. You see some difference now. This time you don't see anything, right? A complete value. You can see 0 here. You don't get 0.5 for integer division. It will just round off that to 0. Why? When you do that is difference now. You see a clear difference. In the previous scenario here, if you see in these two cases, almost the output is same. 2.0 and 2. But now when these values are changing, so there is a change in behavior of single slash and double slash. Single slash is properly dividing that numerator with the denominator and you are getting a proper quotient here, that is 0.5. If it is decimal division, what division? Decimal division. But if it is integer, it is what is happening here? Integer means no fraction. Remember, integer means what? Integer means no fraction. Remember, friends, it don't take any fraction. So when you try to divide this 5 with 10, it will round off that. What is that? It will round off that quotient to 0. So that's why you get 0 here. You don't get 0.5. Are you following, friends? So that's why you get here 0. So if it is integer division, no matter what, whatever the numerator is, whatever denominator is, it just gives you a rounded value here. Okay. Now you must see the difference between single slash and double slash here. So what if it is division and if you are doing a floating point division and if you are doing a integer division here. Is that clear for you now? So this is all about three different types of operators in Python. What is that? That percentile, that single slash and double slash. What happens if you apply single slash? What happens if we apply double slash? Are you good with all this, friends, now? Is this clear now? I believe now you should be very clear on difference between what is single slash and what is double slash and what is percent.